sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
Editorial WikiLeaks press release 12 January 2011 23:0 WikiLeaks condemns U.S. embargo move. WikiLeaks today condemned calls from the chair of the House Committee on Homeland Security to strangle the viability of WikiLeaks by placing the publisher and its editor-in-chief, Julian Assange, on a U.S. enemies list normally reserved for terrorists and dictators. Placement on the U.S. specially designated national and block persons list would criminalize U.S. companies who deal with WikiLeaks or its editor. The U.S. government simply cannot continue its ineffective piecemeal approach of responding in the aftermath of WikiLeaks damage, King wrote in a letter to the Secretary of the U.S. Treasury, G. Tanner. The U.S. government should be making every effort to strangle the viability of Assange's organization. The Homeland Security Committee Chair Peter T. King wants to put a Cuban-style trade embargo around the truth forced on U.S. citizens at the point of the gun, said Julian Assange. WikiLeaks is a publishing organization. It is time to cut through the bluster. There is no allegation by the U.S. government or any other party that WikiLeaks has hurt anyone at any time during its 4-year publishing history as a result of anything it has published. Very few news organizations can say as much. WikiLeaks has terrorized politicians from Kenya to Kansas over the last 4 years. Quite a few have lost office as a result. That doesn't mean we are terrorists, it means we're doing our job. We intend to terrorize Peter King, Hillary Clinton, corrupt CIS and all the rest for many years to come, because that is what the people of the world demand. King noted that some U.S. companies had voluntarily cut off ties to WikiLeaks, but that a New York publisher had recently agreed to pay Assange for an autobiography. Assange has said the eventual book royalties would help keep WikiLeaks afloat. By targeting WikiLeaks and the U.S. publisher for economic censorship, King reveals his abiding hatred for the U.S. Constitution. When the Founding Fathers wrote, "Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press," they did not provide an exception for blustering fools like Peter T. King.
There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.